Hello and welcome back to our shared sanctuary, your virtual space for support on your healing and self-love journey. My name is Edith and I am honored to guide you through today's class, Therapeutic Vinyasa, a mindful flow designed to help you relieve stress and find your own sense of inner peace. Get on something comfy and meet me on the mat to begin. We'll begin today's practice in a grounding child's pose. So coming into tabletop position, we'll start by opening up the knees, bringing the big toes together and pushing the hips back. Gently walk the hands forward, melting the heart towards the earth. As you settle into the pose, begin taking full, deep breaths, using this time to lovingly welcome yourself to this practice as you fully surrender. Gently reawakening, we'll begin to release our child's pose. On an exhale, press the palms into the floor and start to walk the hands back towards the body, straightening the spine. We'll bring the knees together and meet one another in a tabletop position, where we'll start to flow into our cow, dropping the belly, opening the heart, deep breath in. Exhale, moving into your cat pose, arching the spine, letting the head hang between the shoulders. I invite you to allow your breath to lead the way here as you flow back and forth through your cow and cat. Taking our final round of cow and cat pose, we'll prepare to add on, this time drawing full circles with the upper torso. And you can imagine your body in a jar of honey, and you're drawing circles, scraping the honey off from the entire inside of that jar. So after arching the spine, drawing the rib cage towards the right, dropping the belly and then letting the ribcage, the torso move towards the left. Take about 3 to 5 rounds in each direction, breathing fully as you do so. Taking your final big deep breath here, we'll return to a neutral spine in tabletop when you're ready. And as we come back to our tabletop position, checking in with the core, the low belly, and inviting it to be nice and engaged here. From here, keeping that engagement, we'll extend the right leg out back behind us And if you would like to add on a little more heat, we'll also extend the left arm forward. Keeping strong through the core, inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, bring the knee and elbow into touch. Let's do it again. Breathe and lengthen. Breathe out, gentle contraction through the core. Taking our final round, staying nice and strong. As you extend the leg and the arm, hold for one full deep breath. And then we'll slowly release back to tabletop position. Before going to the other side, we'll take a nice upper body stretch, thread the needle. From tabletop, left arm reaches to the sky. Breathe in, opening through the chest. Breathe out, send the left arm underneath. Bring left ear to the floor. Option to keep right hand where it is or deepen the stretch by walking the right hand forward. Sending the breath to the places where you feel the most sensation through the upper body, and using each exhale as a chance to soften and go deeper. If the right arm is extended, we'll walk it back towards the face, preparing to release on an exhale. Lift the chest, option to stretch the left arm open towards the sky one last time before coming back to our tabletop position. From here, we'll prepare for tiger pose. So extending the right leg and then bending the right knee with the foot flexed, staying engaged through the right glute and right hamstring. Option 1 to stay here, or feel free to add on by reaching the left hand around and back to the top of that right foot. 3 deep breaths with a wide open heart. Wherever you are here is perfect. Releasing slow and with control on an exhale, draw that right knee towards the chest, knee to nose, before releasing back to tabletop. And we'll take that whole sequence to the other side, but first let's take a round of cow and cat, resetting. And meeting in tabletop, where we'll extend the left leg behind us, once again keeping the low belly, the core engaged and strong here. If you're ready to add on, we'll also reach the right arm forward. On an inhale, lengthening and expanding. Exhale, knee to elbow, contracting. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out to contract. Taking one more full round here. And then extending one last time, holding for a full breath. Finding your balance and stability. You got this. And then release back to tabletop. Great work. Let's set up for thread the needle on the other side. When you're ready, right arm stretches high, breathing in as you open up through the chest. Breathing out, thread the right arm under, bring right ear to the floor. Decide if you'd like to extend that left arm as you settle into the pose, finding your breath and giving it permission to take you deeper and soften your entire being. Begin to walk your left hand back, preparing to release, and lifting the chest on an exhale. Maybe stretching the chest open one last time. And we'll come back to tabletop position for our tiger pose. This time, extend the left leg behind you, bending the knee, flexing the foot, staying strong through the glute and hamstring. Option 1, stay here. Or option 2, reach the right arm around and back to the top of that left foot, where you can breathe into your open heart. And again, just doing your best here. That is always enough. Releasing slowly and mindfully, draw that left knee towards the chest for our final breath. Let it go. Back to tabletop to take your cow and cat flow. Finishing in our tabletop position. When you get here, tuck all 10 toes. Send the hips up and back for our first downward facing dog. Begin to pedal out the feet, bending one knee, and then bending the other. Breathing fully in and slowly out. And taking any kind of gentle movement that feels good here. Bringing the body to a place of stillness now, we'll prepare to flow from our down dog. On an inhale, rolling forward through the spine, dropping the hips, opening the heart, and then exhale, pushing back through the spine, arriving again in your down dog. We'll take that 2 more rounds. I invite you to move slowly, mindfully, really listening to and honoring your body along the journey. And we'll finish in down dog. From our downward dog, bend the knees slightly, gaze forward, and walk the feet up to meet the hands. We'll prepare for our ragdoll fold. You might like to step the feet a little wider, add a gentle bend to the knees, and grab opposite elbow here, starting to gently sway side to side, encouraging the lower back to release. And you might even shake the head gently yes and no, softening through the neck and shoulders. On your next exhale, release the hands from the elbows. And we'll take a little flow through the spine here. Halfway lift as you breathe in, stretch the spine forward. Breathe out, fold over the legs. Take that twice more, catching a wave with the upper body as you inhale. And find length, stretching forward. And exhale, surrendering and softening. This time, plant the hands, step the right foot between and the left foot back, lowering left knee down. Finding our low lunge, taking 3 deep breaths here as we open and melt through the hips. Doing your best to keep the shoulders down. And now we're ready to add on our flow. Left palm on the mat, breathe in, reach the right arm high, opening the chest, and then extend the right arm behind you. As you exhale, you'll complete the circle, drawing that right arm back down through our low lunge. Let's take a few more rounds of that. Inhale to open and stretch through the chest. Exhale, drawing a nice big circle with that right arm, moving through your low lunge. Allowing this flow to be mindful and led by your breath. As you complete that third circle, we'll reach the arms towards the sky, finding the full expression of our low lunge. Take an inhale, lengthen upwards. Exhale, open-armed twist towards the right side. Breathe here as the right arm reaches back. Breathe out, come back to that low lunge pose. Quick transition here as we pull the hips back, straighten the right leg, tuck that left leg underneath as you come into a half butterfly seated pose. Right leg is stretched out in front and our left leg is folded in. Feel free to add a nice bend to that right knee. And when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, take a forward fold, allowing the torso to soften and melt over the extended leg. On your final breath, we'll begin to roll up through the spine using the hands for support. And as you become upright, take a nice deep breath, maybe roll the shoulders back. And we'll take a nice little counter stretch here, bringing the right hand over towards the left knee and reaching the left hand behind us. Breathe into a softening belly for your twist. And choose an exhale to unwind back to center. From here, we'll cross the legs and move through our tabletop position, once again making our way to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath of gentle movement here, finding what feels good. And then we'll bring the legs to stillness as we prepare to flow through the spine. On an inhale, rolling forward, dropping the hips, opening up the heart. And then on an exhale, rolling back, finding your downward dog. Take 2 more rounds. Finishing in down dog, we'll bend both knees, gaze forward, slowly walk the feet towards the top of the mat. Taking ragdoll fold, feel free to grab opposite elbow and sway side to side. Releasing your hands from the elbows. On your next exhale, flow into your halfway lift. Breathe in, hands slide up the legs. Breathe out, melting back into your fold. Take 2 more rounds, inhaling to lengthen forward, exhaling to melt and surrender. The next time you arrive in your fold, plant your left palm beneath the forehead and bend your left knee. Inhale, draw the right arm up towards the sky as you twist open through the chest. Exhale, bring the right palm down to the floor, switch sides, bending right knee. Inhale, left arm reaches towards the sky as you stretch open through the chest. Breathe out, coming back into your forward fold. From here, step the left foot between the hands, drop the right knee back, low lunge. Begin to breathe as you soften and open up through the hips here. At the same time, beginning to find a sense of stability through that left foot. And we're ready to take our flow here. Right palm stays on the mat, left hand reaches high as you exhale, drawing the left arm back and then slowly down, completing the circle. We'll take 2 more mindful flows just like that, moving at your own pace and letting your breath be your guide. Completing our flow, we'll come back to low lunge, finding our balance, and then rising up into the full expression of the pose here. Inhale, lengthening the spine upwards. Exhale, open armed twist towards the left side of your mat. Really extending the left arm behind you as you widen across the chest. And then exhaling, returning to that low lunge. We'll take our quick transition, pulling the hips back, straightening the left leg. Tuck that right leg under as you come into our seated pose. Left leg is extended in front and the right leg is folded in. Remember, you can add a nice bend to that left knee if you need it. And we'll inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold the chest over the leg. We'll do our best to breathe deep and rest here. Begin to slowly and gently rise up from your fold, using your hands for support. Finding a nice upright position, we'll take that counter twist, reaching the left hand around to the right knee. Right hand reaches behind you. Inhale into your soft belly. Exhale to unwind back to center. Pulling that left leg in, cross the ankles, come through a tabletop position, tuck the toes, and find your downward facing dog. Enjoying a full deep breath in our down dog. We'll stretch the legs before shifting forward on our next inhale through our high plank, and right away just lower all the way down to the belly. Slide the forearms forward, elbows under shoulders for Sphinx pose. And for your final inhale here, you might like to lift up a little higher. Exhale, roll the heart down towards the floor. Bring the palms under shoulders, push up through your tabletop position, and let's set up for our child's pose. Spreading the knees apart, bringing big toes together. Hips push back to the heels and walk the hands forward. If you'd like to add on deepening the stretch in the upper back body, feel free to bend both elbows, bring the palms together, and rest the thumbs at the base of your neck. I invite you to find your breath. Allow it to be slow, full, and deep. Let this be a time of softening and rest for you as we draw our practice to a slow and easeful close. Begin to reawaken and release the child's pose by walking the hands back towards the body. And from here, make your way to a seated position, either crisscrossed or kneeling, depending on what feels best for you. And from our seat, we'll take some final feel-good stretches, planting your left palm by your side, reach your right arm up and overhead, leaning towards the left, and then go ahead and reverse. Right palm down, left arm reaches up and over as you take a nice full breath, expanding and stretching down the left side body. Coming back to center in your own time. Use these final few deep breaths to enjoy any kind of movement that feels good in your body, whether that's rolling the shoulders or stretching through the neck, maybe taking a few final seated rounds of your cow and cat, and then slowing down the movement and finding a seat of stillness here, where we'll rest and close our practice today. And so I invite you to join me for our final moments together, closing the eyes and welcoming in stillness, allowing our breath to naturally ebb and flow in and out of our bodies as we surrender to the here and now and to the benefits that this practice has brought to us today. Bringing our hands to heart center, I now bow to you, and I thank you so much for joining me in today's therapeutic Vinyasa practice. Make sure to like this video and leave me a comment letting me know how this was for you. Don't forget to also hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a class. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.